Hey everyone, it's LaShonda from Labors of Love here with another Therapy Thursday. So, first, I'd like to say happy holidays from those who celebrate Hanukkah and winter solstice, Christmas, and Kwanzaa. I just want to extend, a very happy holiday season to us all. I think the biggest thing I want to tell us today is that there is no right or wrong way to feel during this time of year. We can watch commercials and advertisements, movies and television shows, and the suggestion is that we should feel happy, um, joyful, and all of these kind of uplifting emotions. And then there's a pandemic, and 2020 has been rough. And there are a lot of people who are saying, man, like this year can't end fast enough. And we should be feeling grief and mourning and heaviness for the year we've had. But what I want to say is, we feel what we feel because our feelings are data, information points that lead us to a need that's underneath. And I think if we think of it that way, I'm not trying to take away the joyful feelings of the holiday, but I'm also not ignoring the fact that during some of the times it's hard to get there. And so I just want to remind people that our feelings and our emotions are data. They're information that leads us to explore what's happening inside. And because we are complex human beings and these are very complex times, there is a chance that on a daily basis, you feel a whole lot of things. My encouragement is to feel them. When we attempt to suppress, repress, and ignore those feelings, they seem to just get bigger and bigger. I like to think of them as toddlers, our feelings, right? You go to a store, you see a toddler tantruming, and one of the first things we do is we judge the kid or we judge the parent. But the reality is that tantrum was not the first response for that kid. Chances are, well before they made it into that store, they gave some indication that something was going on with them. Maybe they refused to put on their coat to leave, or was hesitant to get in their car seat, or didn't want to get out the car. But if we ignore all of the maybe sometimes subtle things that are happening, and in our minds we think that they're opposition or defiance or they're just not having a good day, but we continue to push our agenda, we get to the store and they tantrum because they tried to tell us, but they didn't have words. I like to think that's how our emotions work, that they give us subtle hints. It's that heaviness in your stomach that you feel, or the tightness in your chest, or just that sadness, that underlying sadness that that might be there. But when we ignore it, when we say I'm going to get past it, or we just are like, no, this doesn't matter, we keep furthering our own agenda, and those feelings and emotions get bigger and bigger, and then they tantrum. And when they tantrum, we feel that it's overwhelming, it's too much. And then we're like, what are we going to do? Then we start judging ourselves. When if we can just connect with our bodies and address the feelings that come up as they come up, what we do is we're giving the validation and acknowledgement that those feelings need. We're treating it as data. We're being curious about our experiences. And then they pass. It's amazing. Feelings oftentimes can pass just like gas. But in our culture, we don't pass gas in public, or we try to hold it and suppress it. And while I'm not suggesting that everyone go out and just pass gas everywhere, I am suggesting that we feel our emotions and our feelings when they happen. I also want to be very real that things like seasonal affective disorder, depression, and a lot of other experiences are very real. So this is in no way trying to minimize any experience that a person has. But if we are curious and compassionate as we experience ourselves and we experience others, then I think the joy and happiness of the holidays can be more achieved. So with that, again, happy holidays to everyone who is or is not celebrating something. I hope that you have whatever you need to find peace and joy during this time. If you'd like to reach out to me, please don't hesitate to visit my website, www.thelaborsoflove.com. Don't forget we are on all the major social media outlets, and please head over to Instagram and check out our very new Instagram page specifically for our podcast, the LOL Pod. And speaking of the podcast, don't forget to give us that 5-star rating, review, and share with your friends. You all, until we connect again, be well.